Generic greetings and welcome back to Megaquarium. In the previous episode, we finished off Valberg, which was an interesting map because it not only had tropical fish, it also had cold water fish, freshwater fish, anemones, crustaceans, corals, all different types of things, and that was quite good. And that's now unlocked the fifth map out of 10, or fifth scenario out of 10 of the campaign, and that's Napa, which is convert an abandoned theatre into an aquarium. So we are going to do just that. Today's nice relaxing beverage is a cup of chamomile tea. So, welcome. This theatre has fallen into disuse. You are going to convert it into a successful aquarium. This is your opportunity to demonstrate everything you have learned so far. It's time to build an aquarium of your own design. The only conditions of success are that you must reach a rank 7 and obtain a minimum number of different animal species. You will have opportunities to complete optional objectives as you grow. It's up to you whether you accept these, but you may find it easier to succeed if you do. Good luck! Okay, so we are just left to our own devices. So we have an theatre, and it's got some benches, it's got some decoration, some palm trees, cannons, and some walls. So all of these we can probably go ahead and reuse, and we'll just move them along instead of spending some of our money, which coincidentally is, or incidentally is, 7,000 generic units of currency. Our main objective to complete the map is to build an aquarium. Reward, you win. You need to reach a rank of 7, which is a total of 1,000 prestige. We need to earn 1,400 prestige and have 21 different animals. So that's a thing. So let's just go to expand land, and what we'll do is we'll expand the land along on either side of this, and we'll just have a track of essentially just a track of tanks going up either side, and then we'll go into a bigger area or something like that. Haven't yet fully decided here. So that's spent $1,000 already. We are going to go to move, and we're going to start moving these sections of walls because we want to have it so we'll have like a, I guess like a little entranceway where we're going to have not benches, but we'll have like pamphlets, which we don't yet have access to, I don't think. No, we don't. We have, I think, the vending machines, but we don't have pamphlets. So we might go ahead and put a vending machine on either side, just so we know that we're going to be able to vend at the start. So they're going to come in and buy that, hopefully. We'll put next to that a... I think we'll put a... Do we put a bin next to that one? No, not yet, because what I want to do is I'll move these ones like that. Then I will... Do I need to buy a bin? I think I do need to buy a bin. I don't think there is any bins. So what I'll do is I'll purchase a bin and I'll put them there and there. And the reason for that is I'm also going to put a staff dot in there and there. And then this is where the first tank will jut out and come down. So, speaking of tanks, let's just move all these over to there. Just getting them out of the way for now. All these benches and stuff we can reuse. I'll have a holding area and we can reuse that. So that's fine. And we'll probably use this same colour scheme as well because, well, we can. Actually, do we have access to that straight away? Where will it be? In decoration. And that'll be the Harbourside one. Yes, it is. I think it's Harbourside, not Pirate Cove. Yes, it's Harbourside. Okay, so we're going to use the Harbourside one because I do actually quite like it. What's Shipwreck look like? This is Shipwreck. Now, we're going to use the Harbourside. I do quite like the look of that one. So, Harbourside paint, there we go. So, let's go for tanks, and you can see we've got different tanks here. Lagoon tanks, observer tanks, deep observer tanks. For the ones when you first come in, we'll probably have just a wall tank, I think, either side, and it's going to be at standard height, and then we'll just make it as big as we can either side. I'm going to put them on either side as well, and obviously that's going to cost us a fair bit, but once we've got both of these tanks put in and we can then open the place, at least that should be alright. So we need to think about, for a start, expanding the land a little bit more, because getting past here is going to be a bit of a nightmare, although we can go around either side, so it's not really going to matter too much. Let's probably not do that. What we'll do, however, is just place some of these in. Now, with doing this, at least the advantage we have is that we're spending less money. So there's them put in. We want to put in the seating in the centre. What I might do actually is that, put the bins there, and that'll probably be a little bit better. Actually, technically that's the middle, isn't it? Not that it matters too much. But it means they can walk down the centre as well if they want, and they can still get access to the tanks. That's okay, that's fine. Alright. And then, as I said, we'll probably move these vending machines eventually and do something elsewhere. So, we will use the rest of these dividers, and just for now, it is a temporary measure. We are going to move them so this is all closed off. Now, obviously, we are going to have other tanks in here, so eventually these will connect up to different tanks, and there'll be that staff area right round the back, which I tend to use. But for now, we will not bother. And actually what we will do is move these in here, and we'll recolor all of this. But we're just going to have this bit at the back, like holding area. It's going to be staff only. But obviously I'm going to try and reuse a lot of this stuff. And that's actually worked out perfectly well, because I'm just going to remove one of these ones from the center here, and then we'll just put a staff door in, and that means that this is now staff only, and we can just use move. And we're just going to move all these to there, which is going to be a bit of a nightmare because it's going to block some of it, but it doesn't matter. Actually, what's going to start? It's going to keep shouting at me if I don't, isn't it? So I'm just going to move them like that. Don't know if you can recolor these. I'll check later. Actually, I think I have tried before. Let's try and recolor them. So it is the Harborside paint. No, you can't. What I will do, though, is I'll just repaint all of this floor because we definitely want it that colour. And I'll do all of these as well. So there we go. There's all that now. Harborside. Excellent. So this is our staff area at the back. It's just random bulk storage. So we need all of the standard stuff in for these tanks. So for a start, we need the broom cupboard, which we'll move over to... actually, was that moving just a broom? That's moving just a broom. Hang on, what? That was weird. It was just moving the broom. Okay, so we're just going to put the broom cupboard just there. And then on the other side, we'll do the exact same thing. We'll put the broom... It's not a cupboard, it's a broom stand. I know I keep calling it a broom cupboard. It's not a cupboard, it's a stand. We can make a broom cupboard. It's just a broom stand in a cupboard. We need a sponge sink and a tool station for each area. So we'll place them like so. And then we'll place... We technically don't need a sponge tank... sponge sink. Not a sponge tank. Sponge sink. I don't think we need that yet. But... we will need stuff around here. So let's crack on with that. So let's see what type of fish we can get in there. So we've got half and half chromis, we've got reef quirrelfish, we've got loads of different ones here, and we've got ones that grow up and such. So, and we've got some sponge there as well. So is that a coral? Soft coral, yeah, and we've got the Atlantic pollock as well. The Atlantic pollock eats sand eel every 2 days. It has a growth time, increases by 1 every day, and gets to 16 after 4 days. The size of these tanks are 30, so we can't even have 2 of them in. So we can have one. We can have one of those in, really, because it goes to size 16. What else do we have that's also cold water? I don't think we have any other fish that's cold water. I think the rest are warm. There's a coral grouper. It'll eat our damaged fish. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go easy for now. Let's just put some half and half chromis in there. So that it requires 4 because it's a shoaler. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Are we paused? I think we're still paused. Yes, we're paused because we're not open. That's fine. So we need to obviously fulfill all the needs of them fish, but we're just going to check. We're up to 18 of 30. Let's see what other fish we can put in there. We want fish that don't grow and ones that certainly don't eat. That's one there, which is size 4 and a shoaler of 4. Okay, so we're not going to be able to fit them in because we'd only be able to fit 3 in, so that's not a problem. That's a bully. We'll bully wimps. These fish are not wimps. Spotted dirty back. It likes a rock. It's size 3. And it dislikes everything of itself, like anything like itself. Can't be housed with a coral beauty. It's a wimp. Can't be housed with a bully. And eats a damaged stony coral, size 3. And it's a plant lover. That might be okay then. It's not going to eat other fish. But you can only have one of them in. Right, we'll have one of those in. And what else can we put? Flame angel fish. May eat or damage stony corals, clams. That's fine. We can put one of those in as well. One of each. And I think I'm just going to fill it up with those chromas again. There we go. So we're maxed out. So we need to fulfill all of the needs. Now, because we are midway through the campaign, we do have a lot of this stuff already unlocked. So I'm going to go with a power combi. I think a couple of power combis would probably sort us out. So one there and one... Oh, we only need actually a small one of those, and that filled the needs. So we'll go over to some it's like some kelps and such, and we'll start placing them in. I tend to find staggered like that seems to function. Seems to look alright. Like that. We're going to make it... actually, let's place a cannon in there. Can we place the cannon in there, the decoration? We can. We can place a cannon in the bottom, and why not? And we'll place a barrel as well. Like so. Maybe not a treasure chest. Maybe some rocks would make it look a little better. Small rock. Small rock, small rock. And I think that's it. So let's have a little zoom in and see what it looks like. It's not bad for a first little go. Right, and we haven't spent a great deal of money, which is all good. So, I'm actually going to move this tool, this broom dispenser. Oh, that's destroyed it rather than moving it. My mistake. I want to just spin it round, just so we can have things next to it, you see. So we'll have things next to it, and it's just much easier. It's much more space efficient. So we need to have somewhere for feeding. So we're going to have orange pellet dispenser, and it is a yellow pellet dispenser as well, is it? No, it's green. And there we go. We will need staff, so we will go and hire. So, got someone here, Zio. 1 feeding, 1 fixing, 1 gift shop. Well, that's just a generally good all-rounder. There's Penny, who's good at fixing and feeding and talking. Good at feeding for Quinn. Mako, fixing, feeding. We need some all-rounders, so 1 and 2. There we go. So that should be that sorted. So this side, what should we have at this side? We've got some fairly small fish in there, so let's go for big fish in the other side. So we could have these lionfish, which it's armoured. It has effective size of 12 and may eat fish that are smaller than it. So, cannot be housed with any non-line fish or scorpion fish, so they need to be together. And they're both greedy, but we can put these together. I think we can. The difference is this grows to size 11. So I can have 1. Can't have any more. What size is that thing currently? Current size 6, but it's going to go to 11. Is that right? 11. What size are those? 5. Oh, 21. So we can have 1 more. There we go. Alright, there's that sorted. They require, again, more stuff, so we're going to place some of this. All recycling at the back, so we might as well use some of this, mightn't we? So that goes there. The shell that goes in the corner there. We've got a barrel. There we are. And then we'll get some eelgrass, maybe? Or will eelgrass look a bit stupid? What I'll do is I'll move that barrel. Pick the barrel up and put it in the corner there. Like that. And then more eelgrass at the front. And that should make a nice looking tank. Yeah, not too bad. Those things work better in a taller tank, so we might eventually move them out. But for the time... Oh, actually, we're going to have to do it anyway, because we need a cave. Right, so I'm going to rip that out then. I'm going to rip that out. And we'll just shove it there. Shove it back there. Do we actually use these decorations as well? We could use the decorations for, like, being in the corner there. Why not? Yeah, well, might as well use them. The problem with that, though, is can they get round? I think they should be able to navigate around that. We'll find out when we when we have people coming in. Okay, so we want to have some decoration. We need a rock outcropping. Probably that one will do just fine. There we go. That's fulfilled those needs. And as you can see, we've still got the water purification problem, which these will grow. So we need to make sure that we have enough in here to sustain these. That's water quality not very good. So what I'll do, I think the heating will be alright. Actually, I don't really know. Let's just go for both of those and then... Actually, no, maybe not. Maybe move that. Can I not just put it anywhere? I can't just put it anywhere. It has to be used. That's a shame. I'll just put it there. And I'll put a large filter in there. Wow, okay, it's still not doing it. So we're going to need a protein skimmer. There we go. And we probably will need some more. Yeah, I'll have to change some of that up. Okay, that's not too bad though. So we just need to feed the fish. So we have to have it's a mussel dispenser for these. So we'll just put a mussel dispenser in there. And that should be it. That should be a fairly functional aquarium. Right, I'm going to open and let's see what this is like. So immediately we have some staff going straight in, one left, one right, and they're going to start putting all of the food in for the fish. And then our first visitor, Jill, has decided that walking back here is better than looking at the fish. Who's this? David. David is going to look at the fish. I want to know if they can get past here. I think they can, and if not, I can probably shift this along. So we need to select our... We've got some ecology project here. We've got a striped boxfish. We've got a unicorn sturgeon fish, a Bolian wrasse, a shark, ooh, and daisy star polyps. A palette shark? Something like that. So what's that? Requires supplement every 3 days. It's a rock lover. It's going to eat size 4 less. It grows up to size 16. And it's got a 10-day growing time. The unicorn sturgeonfish is... grows to size 18. Wow, that's a fairly large fish. The Brazilian wrasse. And what's this one? Armoured. And it's quite a small fish as well. Do I want a boxfish? I really like that. That fish there is going to get researched. To be fair, we also have a small... Oh, this is the tank where you can walk through, I think. No, let's go for the guide bookshelf. That's the thing I mainly wanted to do. We've also got a common starfish there, which I don't think I've ever used. So where are these going to walk? Are these going to walk down the middle? Yes, I think that is the only path that they can use. So what I'm going to do is move this along. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just get rid of these bins. I'll move them to there. Right, and I'll put bins either side. That's not ideal anywhere. Let's put them there for now. And they can not only walk down the centre, but walk around here as well. So there's some of our research points generating, which is good. And we now have this all functioning. Excellent. So obviously people are going to be bored walking around here, but that's their problem. Let's start looking at another tank. So what sort of tank? Well, I really like the idea of having a very big lagoon tank right in the centre. So you come through, you see this, and then wham, you've got a huge lagoon tank right in the middle. Problem with that is money. How much is it going to cost for the biggest lagoon tank? It is... not terribly expensive, but it's also not terribly cheap either. So we need to make sure that there's a gap of 3 going all the way around it. So we're going to have to move these bins eventually, but we're not going to do that now. Actually, what I want to do now is just make sure all that's been painted. There we go. And then we'll have this go around. Yes, that's be okay. And then obviously we'll use pumps to pump that full. We could, if we wanted to as well, have do we want to do that? I was thinking maybe have tanks either side, but I think that might be a bit too much. What I'll do is I'll make sure that we have walkways. I'm looking for that. So we need to make sure that we have 1, 2, 3. All right. What we'll do, we'll just section this off like so. And this will go down here to other areas where we can have like a tropical area and and like an Amazon one, and a space one, and an underwater one, and a futuristic zone, and proper crystal maze this right up, because why not? And we're gonna totally seal off all of these, and then we'll pick them up and dump them back. And that's actually in the wrong place, so I'm gonna move those in a second. There we go. They're all back now. So I will move all of these. Oh, there's still someone trapped. Sorry about that. There you go. So that can go to there, to there, to there. Moving them all back. All these partitions have come in handy. And there we go. So, there's that. So it looks like we're going to have separate access to the side. So we're going to have to expand the land. And we'll just buy some more land. Probably best to... Do I do the same to that there now? Actually, I don't really need to. This is where we're going to have the pump for this lagoon tank. You can see people are quite bored and people are quite thirsty as well, but we should have all that sort of done. Anyway, so in the lagoon tank, we can have all different types of things, but we're going to put in this decoration, because it should sit in quite nicely in the corner there. Put in a treasure chest. No, it won't, because it ended the day. And barrels. So all of this we've reused. So a lot of our decoration we haven't even bought, which is good. Probably need to shift that barrel because it looks a bit daft where it is. Put it in the corner like that. Alright. So that's our lagoon tank. We've got these ones in here, and that seems to be working. So that's not a bad start, I don't think. I think it looks quite good. I'm happy with the colour schemes, and the fish seem to be happy, which is the most important thing, that they're not in any distress or anything. Apart from when the kids come along and start kicking the glass, going, "It's not moving!" And we got our lagoon tank in the centre there. So, not a bad start at all. Next episode, we will go ahead and sort out this lagoon tank in the centre. So hopefully, we'll be able to get quite a number of fish in there. It's 88 size, so quite big. What do we want to put in there? Well, realistically, moray eels are good. Can have the butterfly fish, they're quite nice. We'll eat soft corals and stuff. That's okay though, because we're not going to have any corals in there. Coral group, dislikes species cannot be housed with coral group, fish size 2 or less. So we'll probably have one of those, a couple of those, and maybe some grammars, because they're size 3. Oh no, oh yeah, we could have those, because that'll be a very colourful tank. So those, and one of those. Probably something like that. We'll see how it goes anyway. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.